Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the FC Kohli Day. Welcome from the Kohli Center on Intelligence Systems at IIT Hyderabad. I extend an exceptionally warm welcome to Sri S. Ram Dore, who has succeeded Mr. Kohli as the CEO of TCS, among other things that he has achieved. We are very proud to have a center named for a colossal person like Sri Kohli on our campus. He is no doubt the Bhishma Pitamaha or the great grandfather of the IT or software service industry in India. His contributions are immense and they need to be recognized. This is our IIIT's modest attempt to highlight some of these aspects. IIIT Hyderabad is an institution that gets no funding from the government. This unique model needs support from the broader society, particularly the IT industry that benefits most from having such a top-class institution. We had approached TCS fairly early for special support for the institution, and discussions continued for a few years. Ram Dore or Ram was the key person as the go-between who understood both sides well enough. And in 2015, TCS proposed that we will support something, but they had two conditions. One was it should be a research center or research effort. Second was it should be named after Sri FC Kohli. Both were obviously very sweet music to our institute, so we were very glad to accept both conditions. We proposed a Kohli Center on Intelligence Systems meant to coordinate and accelerate the already vigorous activities in broad AI areas at the institute. So KCIS was meant to be an umbrella over all the traditional AI area that has already been processed, that already been worked on here, and maybe bring some unity into that. Coincidentally, this is also the time globally AI, instead of being separate compartments like computer vision, speech, language processing, planning, etc., it was coming together under one framework. And our timing for creating a Kohli Center on Intelligence Systems was perfect for that. Our AI-related research groups moved to the new Kohli research block that was constructed subsequently, and this brought unprecedented coherence and collaboration within the institute among the groups that worked in AI. Our students were very happy that they're in one wide open space and they could meet each other far more freely than before. Mr. Kohli was the co-chair of this KCIS advisory board along with Professor Raj Reddy. He visited us several times, 4 or 5 times in the last 5 years. Each time he laid out his clear vision on technology being a tool to help the less fortunate in the society. Literacy was a constant theme of interest to him, especially in the Indian context. Making Indian languages as first-class residents of the cyber world was another one of his constant passions. He also talked about AI and technology transforming the Indian judiciary, which is obviously, unfortunately, plagued by delays and several problems that delays and hence denies justice. KCIS does have a fair amount of activities in some of the related areas. I'm very happy to report. Even being someone who made IT industry happen in India, Mr. Kohli continued his interest in the institute's activities, and that was very heartwarming. He and Mrs. Swarn Kohli, who accompanied him on his trips, took genuine interest in the institute's activities, interacted with the researchers, and even answered several questions from undergraduate students patiently when they interviewed him for a campus publication a few years ago. He once remarked that he was touched by us naming the center for him. I was somewhat shocked, as the privilege and honor is entirely the other way around. Any institution in the country will be most thrilled to have an entity named for Sri FC Kohli on its campus. Recently, I have also been in touch with Madhur Kohli, the eldest son of the Kohlis, with whom I overlapped about a year or so in University of Maryland as a PhD student. I hope the connection with him will grow, and he is also interested in the research and other activities here. We would like to make the FC Kohli Day an occasion to reflect on what KCIS is able to achieve, with a special emphasis on what it should do going forward. Today's is a beginning, and we have a long road ahead. The morning session in this online world, we are having we have a few reminiscences on Mr. Kohli by a few people, which would I gave this live, and Mr. Ramdure will be the last. He will also speak live. We have several individuals from the TCS, Tata, as well as IIIT ecosystems who have sent short video messages. We will listen to those messages now. After that, Mr. Ramdure will give his own address. So I thank you all for joining this. We will carry the Kohli name forward and make it shine brightly in the future. I request the sysadmin team to play the video messages now. Thank you.
Ajoy and I had the privilege, perhaps 5 years ago, to visit Mr. Kohli in his office at Air India building to take his permission to name the upcoming center at IIIT Hyderabad after him. He was so gracious and immediate in accepting our request that we could see that the passion that he had for technology and the soft corner that he had for IIIT were really going to come to life in this wonderful center. His presence on the advisory board for the first 4 years of the center has lent invaluable direction to the kind of opportunities and challenges, and indeed the culture that the Kohli Center should imbibe in all its engagements. I'm extremely happy to note that his expectations are on the way to being fulfilled in no small measure. This relationship between TCS and IIIT Hyderabad is strategic to us, and indeed we look forward to many more exciting innovations in the years to come.
Fakir's involvement with higher education goes back to 1957 onwards, when he came to know Dr. Kelkar, principal of VJTI, that was the Victoria Jubilee Technical Institute. And Dr. Kelkar had asked Fakir to help 2 MTech students of VJTI. Those students are now close friends, and they talk fondly of their association with Fakir way back in the 50s. He took interest in designing courses and curriculum of IITs and other engineering colleges. After that, there was no looking back. That is how Fakir's involvement with the setting up of IITs, Pune Engineering College and other higher education and professional institutes started, and has remained all along his primary interest. His interest in the triple IIT Hyderabad had been in the foremost. Fakir would never skip an event or invitation of triple IIT Hyderabad. He took real pride in the fact that triple IIT Hyderabad was always ahead in advancement areas such as artificial intelligence and other fields. I wish the triple IIT success and moving ahead in the field of artificial intelligence and newer technologies for the betterment of humanity.
Perfect. Distinguished speakers, faculty members, researchers, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege for me to participate in this program to honor Mr. Kohli. It would have been wonderful to be physically present at IIIT. However, due to the ongoing pandemic situation, I am participating virtually through this video message. Once I received an invitation from Professor Narayanan regarding this event. The picture that came back was the inauguration event of Kohli Center for Intelligent Systems, which I was fortunate enough to attend. Post the inauguration ceremony, Mr. Kohli took a tour of the labs and interacted with the researchers and shared his words of wisdom. As we all know, Mr. Kohli was a visionary. He pioneered a number of initiatives that not only put India on the technology world map, but also helped the country and the society at large. I remember the statement that Mr. Kohli used to make, quote, "India has no business to be poor." He believed that India had sufficient resources and enough talent to be amongst the prosperous nations. and he had tremendous faith in technology, which he believed could solve a number of societal challenges. For example, one of the initiatives that he was passionate about and was the architect of was an innovative computer-based adult literacy solution which helped the country to alleviate the illiteracy problem that we have amongst the adults. TCS Foundation is proud to partner with IIIT Hyderabad for setting up KCIS and is happy with the progress made so far. I would like to wish the research community, the faculty members and the institute the very best in their future endeavor, and I am sure the pioneering research will take KCIS to greater heights and would also help alleviate a number of societal challenges that the country faces today, and that would be a fitting tribute to Mr. Kohli. Thank you.
I'm delighted to be part of FC Kohli Day at IIIT. I'm glad that Dr. P.J. Narayan, Director, and others have decided to make this an annual event on the birthday of Mr. Kohli. As you all know, Mr. Kohli not only founded TCS, but he's also founded the IT industry in India, and he was able to build that up, and so much so right now the IT industry from India exceeds over $100 billion from what I understand, and it has created a large number of high-value jobs for Indian students and graduates, which would have been lost. And the fact that we are seeing people like Satya Nadella and others who are at the top of the IT industry in USA kind of demonstrates the impact that he started. It's kind of directly traceable to the decisions he took and led, and it as they say, Rome is not built in a day. It has taken 50 years, almost 40 years, for it to grow to this situation. And he was patient, and he nurtured the whole industry. And by seeing what he's able to do, a lot of others were able to copy his model, and that's why we have 4 or 5 billion-dollar companies in IT sector from India. And so it is a great privilege for me to pay tribute to Mr. Kohli, whom I've had opportunity to interact with throughout the time. I first met him early on when he started TCS and invited me to come to visit the TCS research labs in Pune. I met him at that time. Since then, I've seen him many times, and it's been always a pleasure for me to meet and interact with him. So good luck and have a great day today, and I look forward to hearing about it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and greetings to Professor Narayanan, Professor Reddy, and all your colleagues at the Kohli Center for Intelligent Systems and at IIIT Hyderabad. I can scarcely believe that it has been almost 4 years since we were all together with Mr. Kohli for the inauguration of this center. I remember, as in many times in the past, marveling at his energy, his vision, and his ability to inspire so many to create institutions. TCS has been building on this core belief that we can harness technology for both economic progress as well as societal good, and that we can build greater futures for all through innovation and collective knowledge. It is fitting that the Kohli Center for Intelligent Systems is boldly taking this vision forward into the world of AI and harnessing this force for greater good and to drive the next era of growth and transformation. I wish all of you a wonderful evening and a great year ahead. Thank you.
It gives me great pleasure to be invited to speak on the occasion of the first FC Kohli Day at IIIT Hyderabad and the FC Kohli Center in his remembrance. Apart from being the doyen of the Indian IT industry, the founder and force behind TCS research with TRDDC, he had always had a continuing interest in the well-being and progress of the common man in India. So every few years I would meet him, every 1 or 2 years I would meet him to pay my respects, and he would always speak about all that could be done and could be still done to improve the lives of common people. I'll give you 2 examples. He kept talking on multiple occasions about the divide of language in our judiciary, where the lower courts operate in local languages and the high courts in English, and the delays in translation which contribute to the delay in the legal system, and how technology could be used to improve this. He also spoke about how one could bring the knowledge, the power, the empowerment of programming to the common man who did not know English, and the role of technology in whatever form for this purpose was something close to his heart. And both of these and many other endeavors, IIIT Hyderabad, because of its deep expertise in Indian languages, computer vision, graphics, is probably most suited to address and attack such and similar challenges which were close to his heart. And so it is most appropriate to have the FC Kohli Center at IIIT and remember him and follow in the footsteps that he has laid for us. Thank you.
Initially more as an acquaintance, and over the years I got to know him better and closer. He was a very down-to-earth man. He was connected with the ground realities, and he would ask that solutions address the ground realities. I believe he belonged to a generation that believed in hard work and innovation. So he wanted India to solve its own problems, and therefore always wanted Indian engineers, Indian academia to work on Indian problems. And that is what he would pose and tell people, that this is what we need in this country. So instead of India, he would always use this phrase, this country, which was so dear to him. Of course, he had strong views and he articulated them very boldly and forthrightly. From the very early days, when computer education started from IIT Kanpur, he supported the teaching program, participated in setting it up, in faculty selection at that time, and so on. So he had a passion for that. And over the years, as computer software, hardware came together, continued, and he felt that software has now gone ahead and we are not there in hardware. So whenever I would meet him, this is more like 20 years back, he would say, no, in India we must produce computer hardware. Without that, we cannot become first-rate provider of solutions. He also believed in research. I know that right from 1980s and 90s, when this theoretical computer science and software technology conference called FST TCS, very abstract, very theoretical, hardly anything to do directly with any industry or anything. So he said, no, these things are important, and he supported this conference right through. And I remember the days in Pune at Professor Nori, who was heading there, the computer science group, and Dr. Kohli always was behind him and said, no, we must support this conference. Later on, he started addressing and thinking about other issues. For example, literacy. How do we raise the literacy level of the country? And how can computer technology help? So he worked on that, and very good results came out of that experiment. This was around 2012 when the CoLING, the very well-known international conference on computational linguistics, one of the two largest conferences and one of the two oldest conferences, was held in India, in Bombay. So he came there, and after his talk, I was, we were on the same table. I was talking to him, and he emphasized to me that we must work on translation of judiciary documents. So he said lower courts function in regional languages, the high courts and the Supreme Court function in English. So therefore, if any case has to go from lower court to higher court, translation of all kinds of documents is needed. So please work on translation from Indian languages to English. And this was his refrain, and throughout that dinner we talked about it. And he was, of course, very passionate, very articulate. Later on, he also mentioned to me that he's working on education, which is more related, both academia and industry come together. So the College of Engineering Pune, he told me I must visit. At that time I was director of IIIT Hyderabad. So I remember visiting College of Engineering Pune, and it had his stamp. That how do we work on our own problems? How do we solve our own problems through technology, through engineering? Lately, this is more so in the last 5-6 years back, when I met him, he said, you must invent a programming language in Indian language. So currently programming is based on English. Now we must have programming based on Indian languages. Common people should not just be users of computers, they should also be able to program computers. And whenever I would talk to him, he would ask me, what is the status? So I prepared a report, in fact, and gave it to him. And some work was done, but that remains one of the unfinished tasks. And language translation things are moving ahead, and so on. So I think he belonged to a generation that thought about India, that thought about problems, and he always believed in hard work and innovation. So with innovation, by looking at the right problems, addressing them through technology, we should be able to move ahead as a country. So I think the best homage to him would be if we resolve that we will work on solving our problems through technology. I think this will be the greatest homage to him. Thank you.
We warmly welcome Subramaniam Ramadurai, who was the advisor to the PM of India in the National Council of Skill Development, Government of India. He has held several key and pivotal positions in his stellar career, including being the CEO of TCS from 1996 to 2009. From IIIT's standpoint, he was part of the governing council until 2015 and played a quintessential role in setting up of the KCIS the way we see it today. He is also the chairperson of the Public Health Foundation of India, with whom IIITH is working to establish a long-lasting collaboration. We welcome Ramadurai to have the final words of this keynote session. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. A very good morning to all of you. Professor P.J. Narayanan, Director, IIIT Hyderabad, all his colleagues, Professor Rajiv Sangal, the former Director of IIIT Hyderabad. Let me compliment and congratulate you on reminiscing Mr. Kohli, late Mr. Kohli, on his birthday, namely the 19th of March, conceptualizing the Kohli Center for Intelligent Systems in July of 2015 and launching it in 2017. The areas which it is working on is exemplary, including the doctoral, postdoctoral, executive education programs, and the areas of research, more importantly, areas of application and applied research. Now, during the reminiscing of late Mr. Kohli, I've had the opportunity to grow up with him and live with him and became a colleague and a friend over the last 48 years. I think there's a lot to be said, but I think very little can be covered in a very short time. I'd like to touch upon some very, very salient points which people may not be aware or people must be knowing, but it was not presented. Mr. Kohli was, to start with, an absolute Indian at heart. He went for higher education from India, the undivided India, and then when he came back, the partition had taken place. And he had to go through that. But more importantly, the commitment to building something through the power sector, because his first love was electrical engineering and power sector. I think some of the load dispatch centers and the automation of the power distribution in the city of Mumbai and creating with a Honeywell computer in those days was the earliest foray into his knowledge of computers, and how he set up that is remarkable through a set of initiatives. As we go into the primary area of climate change and the global problem of climate change itself, the belief he had in nuclear or renewables, and I used to discuss with him regularly even after his retirement or my retirement, where on a weekly basis we used to touch upon this subject. This being his passion, he would start always with the power sector and the role of renewables and how the climate change is going to affect all of us. And I would recommend IIIT Hyderabad, the Kohli Center for Intelligent Systems, to look at this from a mobility, from an EV, from a hydrogen as a future point of view, to bring down the carbon emissions and make it a carbon neutral place. India at large and the world at large, a contribution can be made a lot. The second area where he was very, very passionate was in building human capital. One of the things he always used to say was, for every Indian who has immigrated abroad and decided to stay, there are at least 10 more Indians who can be used, who can be trained, who can help us in building the nation from any discipline. That was his second one. In that, he took a lot of proactive investments as part of TCS, including setting up a world-class training center in Trivandrum, where we could scale up to the kind of people that we needed to build capacity. More importantly, the linkages with the institutions, including IIIT Hyderabad, as a source of raw material, but the course curriculum, content, and ability to influence the people proactively before they became thorough professionals was the second passion he had, and all of us were part of that journey itself. He encouraged everyone to become a member of professional societies, namely the IEEE or the Computer Society of India. And then all of us participated in the monthly, weekly activities in the local chapter, which again brought a sense of professionalism. His message being, as professionals, we owe it to the community to share anything which we learn and not expect anything other than sharing for common public good. The next passion he had was encourage enormous amount of reading. I, having traveled with him across the length and breadth of the world and including the country, we both used to exchange notes on what we read, what we should read, and what we should encourage people in the TCS or anybody we knew to read. And that became a habit. And that's what reflects in what we do, what we communicate, what we write, but more importantly, the importance of reading, importance of learning, and dissimilar subjects so that the interconnectedness becomes very clear. I think the next one was the area of systems thinking, where Kohli believed in systems thinking. He brought in expertise from George Mason University and or the Battelle Institute in the US, and the Center for Cybernetics and Systems Thinking headed was done in TCS as part of our R&D efforts itself. That has contributed a lot in a holistic thinking and how do you bring it to the training of professionals within TCS itself. I think the problem solving through a systemic approach, both for social good as well as for technology or power sector or any of the sectors, was one which we kept on talking about. And that was a differentiator of TCS. And that's how the R&D institution, TRDDC, was set up in Pune, where a number of initiatives beyond the computer science itself came out, whether it was the water filter, whether it was manufacturing, clean coal, Tata Steel pollution to be reduced, embedded systems, and within the area of software engineering itself, compiler technologies and automation of software, which we all believed in and which he fundamentally believed in. On the technology front, I think, but for the IEEE connections and the investment in technologies on a proactive basis, whether it was the Burroughs computers, whether it was the IBM, it was the Tandem, whether it was the digital, whether it was the personal computers, he would not shy of investing in those proactively so that India built the capabilities, TCS built the capabilities, and then the research connections through institutions like IIIT Hyderabad or any of the IITs or any of the other institutions would build the capital, but ultimately the human capital would be deployed initially internationally because that's where the market existed, but subsequently applied within the Indian context. And history, if you go by, that's what is benefiting us today. I think essentially he was an experimenter at heart. He would not feel shy of experimenting with anything and apply it repeatedly. And failure did not deter him from not experimenting. And I think that is very, very important to today's modern generation, today's institutions, today's corporates, and the spending on R&D for common good and for the societal good or the corporate good or the client good must always be practiced. So IIIT Hyderabad must produce more number of PhDs and more number of doctoral programs, which its original mission was when I used to interact with Raji Reddy or Rajiv Sangal, and PJ Narayanan is carrying that forward with his team. So that is one thing which we must all encourage. I think the education and upgradation of the education institutions through the Pune experiment, which Rajiv also talked about, is another thing which I think I would encourage IIIT Hyderabad to look at. How do you upgrade the engineering colleges through a faculty connect, through a curriculum connect, through delivery of programs, through collaborative research programs, and inviting the industry to be a part of that, because the R&D, research, design and development was very close to him, and applied R&D through the set of initiatives will build the capacity for this nation. I think he was a very different person inside his office in a formal environment. When he came out with the travels, with the customers, with the employees at their locations, he made everybody very comfortable and made sure everybody could speak his mind. And more importantly, it was always a professional deliberation rather than a boss kind of a relationship. I think what IIIT Hyderabad has done through this center, I'm very, very impressed with regard to the research orientation, shortage of doctoral programs being addressed, degree holders, applied R&D, the natural language processing, and the Indian language necessity, which we talked about, including the advanced robotics, which Raj Reddy was always talking about. I think the areas of R&D as we go into the future will include AI, machine learning, 5G, the communication that is needed, and of course, the climate change and the cybersecurity, which has become absolutely crucial in a digital environment, which is only going to be scale up as we go into the length and breadth of our country and connected world. Lastly, the startup community must be encouraged. The startup community, because we did some very early startups, I'm talking about the 1980-81 itself, and we encouraged those, even though the success might have come much later or in some of the other initiatives. So this ecosystem that is getting developed across the country, and more importantly, IIIT Hyderabad being at the center of that, we must make sure that we do what we say and practice completely so that young entrepreneurs come out of this, including the faculty. The faculty going to the various industries or other educational institutions, collaborative research with some of the government labs like CSIR or any of our own private research labs must also be encouraged, because collaboration, interdisciplinary nature of research and problem solving is what I'm talking about, and that's too important for us to not adopt. Lastly, he had the support of Mr. Palkhiwala as a boss, as a colleague, and as a friend, without which we would not be here what we are. And Mr. Kohli always used to keep mentioning about Palkhiwala. And some of us who grew up with Mr. Kohli and with Mr. Palkhiwala see the essence of value systems, see the essence of time management, see the essence of concern for everybody, and more importantly, the people at large in this country where the divide is only increasing. I think there are two incidences which I would like to say, in addition to the hardware industry, which Rajiv also touched upon, saying that if software and hardware had started at the same time, we would be in a different domain, including the hardware, where let it go and hopefully we will catch up on that. I think we had two situations where Mr. Kohli could have gone back to Tata Power after a couple of years because he came on a lien from Tata Power to TCS. If he had gone back, history would have been different. The second one was when Tata Burroughs and Tata IBM were formed, people were talking about folding TCS into that. If that had also happened, TCS would not be, or the IT industry would not be where it is. So I think these are seminal moments in the history, and this person stands very tall. I'm sincerely thanking IIIT Hyderabad for making it a Kohli Day, and the Kohli Center of Intelligent Systems will only grow from here. All the very best. Thank you for inviting me. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Ramadurai. It's pearls of wisdom. I have learned a lot more today, and I have become more anxious after listening to such very provocative, if I would say, in the sense that we have a lot to do. And also to Professor Rajiv Sangal, stressing more than, not much. There is always impossible to quantify the need for nation building from the point of view of technology, science, and disseminating it, and to be very conscious of being connected to and anchored to the ground reality and the problems coming from that. Thanks a lot. It was a great session of stellar talks by all of them, starting from the director P. Jain himself to Mr. Ramadurai. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Today's program?
Yeah, today we have a lot more coming by our way. At 4 o'clock, we have the student demos for 10 minutes each from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, which will be a live demo on various topics. Two of them, as a matter of fact, coming from quantum computing in sciences, a few in electronics and robotics and AI. Then at 5:30 to 6:30, we have the faculty alumni interaction. So by alumni, we mean the alumni who started the research in IIIT with the faculty here. Those faculty would be now talking to these alumni whom we believe have gone forward with the research and are doing extremely well in the research or in the technology career. So for example, we have one alumni who has gone on to build a startup along with the faculty here in omnidirectional stereo, this company called DreamU, which has been incubated within IIIT. And so that there are 4 such faculty alumni conversations. And then of course, possibly the crowd puller, hopefully, of the day at 6:45 is this interaction, a moderated session with 5-time world champion and grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand, who is going to deliberate and news on AI in chess. And he's going to be moderated by our own student, who is an international master himself, Sai Krishna Gotapatti, who did his honors in ECE from IIIT Hyderabad, and then went on to University of Montreal, where he did a lot of machine learning stuff. He has some really top publications in Europe and things like that, and is now working in a startup. So he understands both learning and chess, and he's going to moderate Anand. And after that, we have another stellar talk by an up and emerging but possibly already emerged researcher who's already there in the top echelon, Professor Devi Parekh, who's going to talk on AI and creativity. That's a keynote talk. And there's 10 minutes of question and answer session, which is once again moderated by our alumni who went on to work with Devi. Ramakrishna Vedantam once again did his honors in ECE from IIIT Hyderabad, and then now is in Facebook AI research after being the PhD advisee of Devi. So this is the program for the day, and we request you all to join and share your observations.